on to you, crabs. Um, so for you, crabs, you have the Four of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So let me just give me a couple of seconds so I can actually stand back and see what's going on. Interesting. Okay, so okay. So the Four of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, excuse me, Eight of Pentacles. I don't think that you crabs want to be married. You know, I don't think y'all really want to be married. I think that, you know, you would like to be, as far as, yes, do you want to be? Yeah, but a lot of you crabs are kind of getting over the romanticism of being married, because is it that people are really trying to marry you for the correct reasons? Or are people trying to really get with you, crabs, for the right reasons? Or is it that they just want to be around you to take advantage of you and get what it is that they can get out of you? And the way that you crabs' life is going, it's going pretty well, actually. And so, you know, again, like, you bring value to the table, but the question is, are other people going to bring value to the table? That seems to be the question. And see, this is where the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles come into play, because the Six of Pentacles speaks to it takes two to be in a relationship, right? It takes both people putting in a serious effort to actually keep the relationship with this person, this close relationship with you and you with them, alive, right? And so the situation with that is the Eight of Pentacles just speaks to how, you know, you crabs, you know, you would rather go in it alone. The Eight of Pentacles speaks to, you're just focusing on what it is that you got to do. Whenever it is that I get the Eight of Pentacles, it means there's a focus. It means that there's a focusing on, whether single or in a relationship, it means that there's a focusing, right? And more often times than not, it usually means, excuse me, a person that wants to be left alone to focus on what they want to do and not be bothered by what other people want them to do. And, you know, someone always has a sort of objective or whatever. And see, the Temperance now and the Seven of Swords speaks to, I mean, you know, some people can't, some part of the reason why is because some people don't even respect your personal boundaries. Like you crabs, the water signs can be friends with people and be associates with people and know people and don't even really consider them in their close inner circle like that. Truth be told, if we're really keeping it 100. And so the situation with that is, real talk, like, real talk, the situation with that is, a lot of you crabs look at it like, you know, yeah, people can come into your life and all that stuff, but how close are they really actually going to be, right? Like, if, you know, it takes devotion in order for a person to actually want to be really close with you crabs, to the point where they actually see you for the valuable person that you actually are. And where I'm getting at is that, you know, that, like I said before, that requires devotion. And is it a devotion that other people are willing to actually get themselves into? Probably not. So it really just depends on if they ultimately really want to, how pure they are in their intention, you know, because not every, like, when it, you know, people can talk all that trash, but when it comes to being in a relationship, it's going to take time. It's going to actually, a person is going to have to make a concerted effort, a real effort to actually get to know you crabs. Because a lot of you crabs are, look, we need to tell the truth here. A lot of you crabs are sensitive. There's times where, you know, because you crabs are sensitive, y'all don't trust the people that y'all are with sometimes, right? And so, and maybe you crabs have gotten over that, right? But then it's like, but then you like it when people tell you what's going on in their mind and how they think. And the way that a lot of people operate, they want to boss people around. Like, they want to tell people what to do, but they don't want to explain themselves. Explaining yourself is uncool. It's beneath people now, right? Giving people a chance to actually understand how they think is beneath them now. Everybody wants to act like they're too cool for school. And they can do that if that's what it is that they want to do and all of that. But while it is that they're doing that, to what extent though? Because what it is that I'm seeing here is that's not what people would do when they actually want to get with somebody, right? And so the thing is that the Seven of Wands and the Star card is all about how you crabs, you create these boundaries, and let's start there. Do they even respect boundaries? Because you could build a relationship with a person that respects no, stop, don't for an answer, because at least if they can understand no or understand boundaries and not try to step on boundaries. Because the truth of the matter is, crabs, is that people look for boundaries. They get carried away intentionally and they look for boundaries to step on because they're trying to see where your boundaries are. The $64 million question is, why are they trying to see where a person's boundaries are? This is why it is that I keep saying that all this testing, it's goofy, because I don't have to, the reason why it is that I don't get into a whole lot of beef with people, why a lot of people don't have a lot of beef with me, crabs. A lot of people don't have a lot of beef with me because I don't need to have a person tell me to back off, because I'm not looking to try to intentionally step on a person's boundary, because boundaries are common sense. I'm thoughtful in that way. Why would I go ahead and go to somebody's house and like drink out of their refrigerator just as soon as I get in their house? I haven't been in their house enough and well acquainted with them enough to where they say la casa is es su casa, right? My house, su casa, is, I said it correctly. La casa es su casa, right? My house is your house, right? They haven't essentially given me that okie doke to where, the thumbs up to where they could say, okay, I kind of consider you a part of the family now. So now you can't go in the refrigerator. I would look at you sideways because who are you? You're a random person prior to, but now that I know you so long, so much, now it's a situation where you can go in the refrigerator, right? On your own without having to ask me to do something, right? You're a part of the family now. You're thick as thieves. And see, what you're seeing here is that you could build boundaries with somebody who understands boundaries automatically, but you can't build, not a boundary, you can't build a relationship, with someone who doesn't understand boundaries, and they're looking for boundaries to see. It's like, why? Right? Boundary breaks are a natural thing to them. They get carried away with things too easily. They don't know how to reel themselves in. They don't have the discipline to reel themselves in. They look at it like it's power, but it's really juvenile, mentally stunted behavior, right? Truth be told. And see, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Three of Wands for you, crabs, just represents how, you crabs are above all of that. And that's one of the reasons why you will consider, most people, acquaintances, but a lot of the times most people don't really get past through the audition of being considered someone that that you claim that that you are kind of close with to actually be in a relationship, because people be doing too much. They move, they move shadily. The way that they move is very shady. It's like, why do they need to see where your boundaries are? Because they like to test them. When they're with people that treat them well, if I do the most craziest nonsensical trash in the world, is this okay? And it's like, why are you trying to see how far you can get. That's the thing that's so weird about it. So let's clarify the star card. Why are you trying to see how far you can go with this thing? Why are you trying to get everything that you can get out of this situation? Why are you trying to milk it? What's going on with you? Why don't you understand boundaries in on itself? Don't step on somebody's shoes and then step on their shoes and don't say, sorry, watch where you walk in and all this other type of stuff. That's common sense. You mean a person has to teach you when you step on somebody's shoes, say, excuse me. When you bump into somebody, say, excuse me. Were you raised by wolves? It's common sense. So you had a 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Excuse me. This is the Knight of Wands. Excuse me. And then you have the Nine of Wands. So to clarify the star card, right? These 3 cards right here for you speaks to how you, crabs, you want someone that you know, that can understand you, that you can trust. You know, water signs got a big problem with trust because people be taking trust for granted and misusing your trust and everything. So the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Wands, yeah, a lot of people have presented themselves to you like they're into you and everything like that. But I'm gonna be real with you, crabs. Y'all don't really take them too seriously because they haven't really shown you any kind of a serious demeanor where they're talking to you and they actually are taking you seriously, right? They're asking you questions. They're finding out what you like to do, where you're from, really talking to you. That's how it is that you know that somebody likes you for real, for the long term, is when they're actually finding out things about you and they're moving the relationship forward. This is why I say that relationships, it takes 2, because if it's 2 people and only one person is doing that, is that really a relationship? The other person is just lazy, doesn't ask questions about the person whom they're going out with. Is it really a relationship? But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.